All right, what's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Struggling Day Trader channel. The name is Hassan, and this channel is about my struggle to become a profitable day trader. Been day trading about 3 years now, still struggling, almost there. Maybe, I think we're trying. But anyway, I'm broadcasting my journey, trading live, every market open on YouTube. If you'd like to be a part of that journey, hit that like button and subscribe. Now I'm going to go over my trades for the day. Today was a good day, man. Today was a good day. I came in today with a really good mindset and a really good specific idea on what I wanted to see and what I wanted to buy. And let's just jump right into it. Marvel. What I've been noticing in pre-market, like to me, that first candle is just like completely unpredictable, right? To me, like in the beginning. But then it kind of got to a point where I'm starting to see a correlation. Actually, shout out to my guy in the Discord, Jay. He he pointed this out to me one time, and he was showing me how the trend lines that he draws in pre-market often carry through market open. And then so I've been watching pre-market price action a lot, and I've noticed a lot, like on a very good stock that is going to move up. When it's moving up in pre-market, if it's at the tops, like at the highs in market open, a lot of times it'll sell off, right? Because it's been getting bought up all pre-market, and now people take profit at the open, and it's usually extended from VWAP too. So it pulls back to VWAP, and but everybody's waiting to buy it. So when it dips, everybody buys it. Nice hammer candle on the 5, and then boom, goes up for the rest of the day. So I've noticed that, and then I've noticed a lot of times the ones that are moving up in pre-market, but they pull back to VWAP right before the open. Sometimes they'll throw a little hammer candle at in pre-market, um, or it'll finish the pullback at the open. But anyway, I've been noticing the correlation. So as far as the 5 minute opening range breakout, I didn't really have a real criteria to take in it. It was just basically whenever price moved above the opening range, right? Whenever price moved above the first 5 minute candle, I would just buy it. Like there was no, I mean, I wanted it to be narrow range, but there wasn't like really a specific criteria. But now it's like more of a pattern that I'm looking for, right? I'm looking for kind of a continuation from pre-market into the open. I mean, so to speak, for the 5 minute opening range breakout anyway. Like I wanted to make sense what's happening on the 5 with regards to my idea of what it's going to do on the day, right? Um, like if the 5 minute candle is a big topping tail, if it went up all pre-market and then we got a huge spike up in topping tail, then I'm like, okay, it probably means the move is over. You know what I mean? That's not going to be a great 5 minute opening range breakout necessarily, you know. Um, yeah, all right. So, but anyway, this is kind of what I was looking for pre-market. I saw Marvel trading up, pulled back to VWAP. Not the narrowest range candle, but it wasn't too bad. It's like a dollar risk. Um, so I got in with 5 shares. Dollar risk makes my 1R. And stop under the low. And that was it, man. That was it. I just rolled that thing up. And, I had a 2R order in, but I took it out because I thought I had a good chance to continue. I thought I had, at least another dollar left in the range over my target price. But man, you had to sit in there all day long to get to that next target. So I think 2R is fine, man. I just gotta be cool with 2R. And it's working out with the risk that I'm liking, as far as risking down the 5. Now, I mean, there's places I could have added to try to increase my leverage in this position, but I don't know. I might have been distracted because I was trading a couple things at once. But yeah, I mean, I've been kind of teeter tottering with the adding, but I've kind of been considering a new a new place of putting my stop as far as with like wanting to add for confirmation. So, well, this isn't really a good example, but I'm thinking of putting the stop not underneath the 5 minute candle that I'm using as a trigger, but the previous 5 minute low. And then once it breaks a new high, I can add and then bring my stop under what is now confirmed as a higher low, right? Because it's not for sure a higher low until it makes a higher high, you know? So I think that'll help as far as um, getting stopped out, during that, initial time after you get in. I mean, after you get in where it's kind of chopping around before it actually goes in the direction that you're expecting it to go in. But yeah, so this was a very good play. It traded really nicely. This was just one of them ones that's just easy, man. You just buy it and it just goes up to your target, man. So yeah, that was that was sweet. Um, and that was plus 2R on that one. Easy peasy, man. That was really nice. And then Amazon. So Amazon, I actually really wanted to buy this. Kind of the a similar story with Amazon. It opened there started to pull back and spiked up, pulled back, and then pulled nice low hammer candle on the 5, and then starts making higher lows and closing above VWAP each time. And so I'm feeling real froggy. I'm feeling froggy after this 5 minute candle, but after this, I'm like, yeah, this will be a cool little break over these candles. But then I started thinking about all the times I get caught up in a range and looking at all these candles trading in pretty much the same range. I'm like, nah, I ain't doing that. And so my mind went to, okay, now I'm gonna wait for it to break out of the range and wait for the retest, right? It's a good place for my mind to go. It's what I'm supposed to do. And then I looked down at the 15 and saw this nice 15-minute doji and was like, well, I could just take the 15-minute ORB, put my stop under the low of day, and then add on confirmation. So that's what I did. That was kind of like a scapegoat around around buying this, but it's definitely good because it's making a new high, right? It's showing strength, making a new high versus just trading back up near the top of the opening range, right? So it is a better break, right? But in essence, I didn't even think of it this way because I'm just looking at, this is just a 15-minute opening range. But uh, my guy Trey in the chat was like, "That's a high day breakout, bro." And I didn't even register it as a high day breakout. But that's what it is. It's definitely a breakout. The more patient thing would have been to wait for it to break out and then come back to VWAP and retest, right? Um, I don't know. I think you still probably would have had to enter on the 15. And I don't know. This was the best entry this thing had going for it as far as, really looking at it and seeing a clear move. Maybe on the lowers. Yeah, I guess in here. But yeah, so anyway, but the wide stop that you're forced to give it by entering on the 15, gives it time to pull back and do whatever it needs to do. And then as long as you got a higher low, it looks like it's holding VWAP here. It's kind of still at the top of the range of the opening range. And so you take the break, add it over there and raise my stop up to here. And man, it was a nice trade. It was a nice trade. I really didn't need much from it to get this 2R target. And this was a nice place to sell, as you can see, because it didn't really go much higher. Worked out really well. Um, but and then we'll come back. I did trade it later in the day. I guess that was the not here. I got one more good trade. I got one more good trade to go over. This is Nike. Now,
VSH.
I was really hesitant to take this because it is still in the range, right? It's right smack dab in the middle of the opening range. But just the overall market was moving up, right? Everything was moving up. This thing had positive earning, or is this positive earnings? I don't know. It had a good catalyst, really good volume. You know what I mean? So it had a lot going for it, and the price action, started looking more trendy. You know what I'm saying? Um, so it made a low here, then it traded and made a new high over this high, and then a higher low down here. So I took that as my trigger candle and got in, put my stop under there, right? And then when it broke the high, which confirmed this as a higher low, I added and then raised my stop under the higher low. Um, yeah, and I like that. I like that because, hmm, it's just the idea is good, the setup is good, but sometimes the move up isn't as clean and precise, and it just gives it more room. Where, I mean, you could wait for the higher low, and then just buy the break alone. Hmm, interesting. Hmm, that's something to think about. Hmm, yeah, I guess it just depends on the situation, but yeah. So anyway, higher high, higher low, added on the break on the higher high, raised my stop, and man, this thing went really nicely, man. Got a little worried down here, like, oh man, did I miss it? I should have sold it higher day. Those type of thoughts start coming in, but not a bad pullback at all. I think this was kind of in line with what the market was doing, and then hey man, when the market started curling, this thing started running right up to my take profit, and I was happy to take it. I'm uh I'm getting more and more content with 2R, you know. Um, yeah, I'm getting more and more content with 2R. In Marvel, I said that I took out my take profit once we broke this high and started just raising my stop up, but it wasn't really worth it. The agony of waiting and then getting a lesser price, because when it hits your target, that's the highest price of the day. If your target's up there, that's like, wow, it hit the highest price of the day. And I sold, when I sold, it was the highest price. But when it stops you out as a take profit, it's like, all right, well, it went up to there, but I settled for this. The other one tastes better. Taking that profit, hearing that order feel like, wow, yeah, but I'm definitely feeling more content with my take profit, and I'm seeing. I remember seeing this before when I used to take 2R, but it's usually a good take profit. Like, sometimes it goes further, but oftentimes if that's at or near the top, and then it'll pull back, and sometimes it goes up again, and sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, I think I can get with 2R, man, and content myself with that. All right. So for my crappy trades was JD. Now, JD might have been an okay opening range breakout candidate, but this range was way too big for the type of range this stock does. So I didn't want to take that. But when it came up, you know, made that high, came back to, I can't remember what, okay, this is pre market high, and did this green doji right here. I thought that was pretty solid, man. even though my strategy is evolved is at VWAP. You know, I want VWAP and opening range support. You know, a much higher level support than pre-market high. Right? That's ridiculous. That's just buying it out in the middle of nowhere because you want to buy it. So yeah, I got stopped out there. I bought it with and risked down to this 5 minute low, but yeah, I just sat there and watched it downtrend to my stop, and that sucked. And then I don't even what is this, a 2 minute entry? I don't know what happened on this second entry. No, it doesn't look like a 2 minute. Um, it had to have been this five that when it broke over that, bro. I don't know what that was. That was trash. This entry is horrible. This was definitely revenge right here. This was me feeling like it just faked me out and everything's gonna go right back up, and I just got back in. Cause now it's like, okay, now it's near VWAP and the high volume support that I like, but it's not throwing the setup that I like. This is not a setup at all. This is a downtrend, literally, literally a downtrend. So yeah, this mistake led to this mistake, which led to this trade, which led to this break even result. So in this trade, man, I don't know which one it was. Oh, it was this one. So this trade was okay. I lost 1R. Cool. This trade, this trade, I accidentally got 100 shares. I think I meant to get 20. Or six or something. I don't know, something small. I didn't even type the number in. My platform is defaulted at 100. So if I don't type anything in, the default number is 100. So I look up, I got 100 shares, but you know, it looks like it's in a good spot. So I'm even green a couple ticks at the moment. So instead of just exiting out and taking my little 50 cent profit or whatever it would have been, um, I decided to split my stop up with my over shares and the shares that I intended to get, and gave that thing way too much room and stopped out and was down $11. So okay, so I lost six on that stop out, and then I'm still holding, bruh. It was bad. Two trades down 17.96, and I'm doing $5 risk, bruh. Terrible, terrible. And look, my first two trades went to Target. My first two trades went to Target, and then I took this stupid JD trade for no reason, just straight FOMO. Like I thought it was moving up, and I wanted to be in it. That was literally why. It wasn't like, wow, that's a really good setup. It was going up, and I wanted to get in it, and it did a hammer candle, and I was like, bet. And then that move, when you do something stupid and you lose your money for it, now you're like, man, I need to get that back. Like I gotta right that wrong. And it just, I get in revenge mode. Like, bruh, I'll be smiling. You won't see it on my face, but on the inside, hey man, give my money back. Give my money back. On the inside, I'm mad, man. I'm watching JD like a hawk for the rest of the day. Um, yeah, and it just didn't give me anything. I mean, I did get green over here enough to raise my stop to break even, but it just bounced off of VWAP, and that's why VWAP's supposed to be your target when you take these type of trades. I could have got an R out of there, but whatever. Of course, when I'm down that much, I'm not gonna settle for an R. I want like a five. I probably wouldn't. Would There's probably no way I would have closed this last trade green unless it went to like 6R. Cause like I gotta make up for that, and I gotta have some profit. Ridiculous. Nah, I hope I wouldn't have been that bad. Hopefully, I would have raised my stop up some. But yeah. So just not being patient for the setup. It is a higher high. It is a higher low. It did make a new high on the 5 minute, but this wasn't the setup, man. This ain't the setup. and we're trading the setup, man, not just random higher highs and higher lows. And yeah, that just threw me all the way out of whack. Then I started doing stupid stuff. It's like, why you do something stupid, lose your money? Why do you think doing something else stupid is gonna get your money back? Like, bro, wait for a better setup. Wait for a better setup. And it doesn't have to be on this thing, but on this stock. But it's like I'm trying to erase this red. Like the only way to make this red go away is to make it back from JD. Right? It's a dumb mindset. I'm I'm saying this in the voice of that's stupid. Okay. um, but yeah, just stepped out of the zone for a moment. I don't know. It's completely unnecessary. Had two great trades on, and just didn't need to jump in that. And it wasn't like, oh man, that's the perfect setup, man. I know I'm already in these two, but man, I can't pass this one up. I need to take a screenshot of this setup. Like that's the type of setup you jump in on a third trade on. Not this, man. Come on. So yeah, just a little lapse of judgment. Um, but yeah, then I got back in the game and took Nike down for 2 hours, splat out. And then I was about to come get Walmart, but it was cooking. Walmart was cooking, boy. I was up like almost I was like probably up 1.5 R up here. And yeah, it just came crashing down. I was up enough to move my stop to break even, So that worked out. And this also was not a quality setup. This was my overall bias on Walmart, believing that it was going to go up, and seeing volume come in, and then seeing other things making highs, made me take this trade. I mean, technically we got a double top here, but this is a higher low in reference to that one. So I mean, it's one of them squint your eyes and turn your head to the side, and then it turns into the pattern that you wanted to turn into, thus giving you the permission to take the trade. Oh man, I'm glad I'm at least aware of what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like I could be in here like, bruh, this market, bro, they market makers they cheating, man. They coming for my orders. The market maker saw my stop and hit my stop, and you know all of that stuff that leads to zero reflection and introspection, and all of that. I like that I can see what I'm doing wrong. That's also actually what gives me hope, is that I see that, hey man, if you stop doing this mistake, like you might actually make some money. Like you actually might make some money if you could just stop doing that, you know. So yeah, I mean, I'm happy that I can see, the dumb stuff, and I do feel like I'm identifying chop and range now. Like that was something I just could not see beforehand. Even though I'm, that doesn't mean I'm not gonna get in it, but I'm just saying. Oh man, I'll be cracking myself up. But now, like I see, like okay, because I'll see the green candles and then see the okay, here's the pullback. But look, this is 100% retracement. Like this, it came all the way right back. Like this is just bouncing. This is inside of a range. Like I can see it. You know what I mean? And I'm excited about that because it affected my decisions a lot today. Um, there was a lot of trades that normally I would have been very excited to get into that I noticed the range and was just kind of like, nah, I need you to show me something else, you know. Um, so yeah, I'm getting better. I'm getting better, and I'm getting back to when I see the range, I'm like, all right, I want to see it break the range and then retest and hold, right? breakthrough range, retest, and hold. I need to look at volume. Like I forgot about how I like to see volume come in on the retest, and see that, okay, there are buyers here, you know. This is a level of support. It is gonna move up, that type of thing. Um, I really want to get. I used to have a screenshot of my setup right here. I need to get that back because that's really valuable. Just seeing it, and looking over and like, oh, that ain't it. That ain't it. But yeah, I felt in my zone today. I felt like I was being more calm and clear headed and patient than usual. I feel like for the most part, I listened to my mind. Um, like up here, this was very clearly choppy to me, and that's like really good. That's really good for me to see that, and for me not to get involved here, cause bro, I could have bought this high. I've definitely done this before. I could have bought this high right here. I've definitely done that before. You know, um, yeah, all kind of stuff. I could have bought this. What's that? 34. Nah, okay, that's a lower low. Hopefully, I wouldn't have bought that. Um, yeah, but I was very patient, and once it stopped chopping and started actually, moving in a range, higher high over that, higher low, and then boom, I got in and took that bad boy to the top. I tell people my strategy. Also, I get it now when people ask you what your edge is. I never really understood like what's your edge in the market. It's like, okay, I think now the way you're supposed to answer is like I have a strategy that has a high accuracy with the 2-to-1 ratio. That's my edge. And I have a strategy that I can hit 70% of the time, and I have a 2-to-1 profit ratio. That's my edge in the market. You know, but like as far as the pattern, you know, price moves up and down pretty much the same when it's not choppy, right? Like the anatomy of a move up. I guess I need to save this for my strategy video, but I mean, price moves up by making higher highs and higher lows, and it moves down usually making lower highs and lower lows, right? So, you know, you get that first, it's been downtrending, okay, and then it breaks and makes a new high, and then it makes a new low and it's near a support area. Like that might be a good time to catch the ride on the uptrend, right? You might be able to catch 2 or 3 higher highs and higher lows. That's all, I just need a little bit. Um, but yeah, it's just the thing is being patient. Like being patient, trying to be patient while looking at the chart and seeing the orders flowing through on the time and sales and the candles jumping up like it's about to take off, and you're sitting here waiting for the pullback trying to be patient. Like, bro, the FOMO is crazy. Like, bro, if I don't get in, like, this thing's gonna be freaking up $1 before I look, before I blink, which has definitely happened. Um, but you just gotta be cool with it. Just gotta be cool with it, man. And with JD, I was cool with it at first. I was cool with it at first. Like when this candle went up and this candle went up right here, I was cool with it. I was cool with these first 2 candles, and this third candle was like, all right, but this fourth candle, nah, bro. You ain't gonna take off on me like that, bro. Man, like, bro, I'm like, hey, man, bro, and even like, it's so crazy. I went down and I was like, bro, look how far it went up already. There's nothing left, right? I do this all the time. There's nothing left. It already made its move. It's done. It's done. And what do? I watch it a little bit longer, see a little hint of a setup, just a little hint, bro, and I jump right in. Like if I can just stick to my guns like the entire time, like don't like I fold them eventually and then end up jumping in. But I think these experiences are good because I'm trusting myself more and more, you know. And I mean, anyway, even if it did go up, like if there's a reason not to take it, don't take it, right? Just wait for the next one, right? Stocks are like buses. Miss one, next 15, one coming. You know what I mean? It's all good, man. It's all good. Just wait. Um, yeah, so that's it, man. This is I know the market is going up today. And so these are the days where I mean that's what I mean. Like if the market goes up, I see the setups are happening everywhere and I can busy myself with taking those setups. But when the market is chopping, there are no setups for me to take, and I'm not busy with taking those setups. So I'm looking and squinting and turning my head to the side, trying to figure out what I'm gonna trade because I got to trade because I came in here and I got we here like what's up? I gotta take it's all of that. But honestly, like the a good setup is one that not only makes clear when it's time to act and get into a trade, like very clear, like this is our trade, this is your entry, let's go. But it also is very clear when it is not. This ain't it. When it's not time to get in, right? So that's how I feel like my rules are good enough. What I require of the trade should keep me out of the bad trades. But I get too antsy. I get too antsy, that's JD. Yeah, I'm already into trades and I'm still antsy, you know. So I'm working on my calm, slowing things down, being patient for the higher high, higher low. It does happen. I will catch something, you know. Just be patient. I see them all the time. It's gonna come. So yeah, man, this is what I feel like I can do. This JD is unacceptable. Not only taking a bad setup, but not acting appropriately when I realized I made a mistake. I made a mistake. I way oversized. And the market gave me an opportunity to get that back out above break even. A couple pennies above break even, I could have got my overs. Like, what a gift, right? What a gift. Because I could get in oversized and this big fat red candle could happen before I could get my stop in. You know, that would have been very damaging. What is this? 20 cent on 100 shares? I mean, that's basically what I did. Dummy, man. But yeah, that's just unacceptable. You got to be responsible. This is a business, right? You make a mistake, you have to fix it, bro. It's like water, a water leak. Like you can't just leave it and hope for the best. That it's gonna jack you up. You know, I'm not. It's exciting. Like, ooh, I got 100 shares. What if it goes up like crazy? Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. But yeah, so that was my main blemish on the day. Thankfully, I was able to make it back. Um, two good trades, one on Nike, one on Walmart, and then not a great trade on Amazon. I'm not really proud of it. It worked for a moment, um, but I ended up stopping out. I took a high day break, um, and it was on the 2 minute chart. I ain't even gonna hold you. Yeah, so I was up. It was the end of the day. I was waiting on another trade to finish. Board trading, but you see the rule breaks lost me R's today, massive R's, and my good trades one break even. which I can't even really say this is definitely a squinty eye trade. I mean, I got the higher low, but not really because it's in a range. I mean, it dipped down. Yeah, this was whack. This is a rule break too. That's why I only got to break even. I'm glad I at least did that. That was a blessing. But so yeah, not a bad day though. Not a bad day. Aside from JD, even if with a mistake or two a day, this could have been just $10, and we would have been sitting a little prettier. Sitting a little prettier. But yeah, very happy with the day. I just want to stay focused and wait for that 5 minute confirmation. The 15 breakout, the 15 minute is cool, but like the break on a 15, man, you flip to the 5 and you're probably like 2 5 minute bars up. Like, I think it's better. I think it's better to, just be patient. Just be patient. Opening range breakout. I do like that 5 minute though. I do like that 5 minute. It has to be, every entry needs to be after a red candle. Like, you can't just be buying no green candles, bro. Like, you can't. You can't. Unless it's like a hammer doji that's down at the bottom and it's green. But like moving up, it done moved up and you want to take the next move up. Nah, bro. That ain't it. We buy the pullbacks. I'm looking for pullbacks. I want to buy red. I want to sell green. That's what I want to do. So overall, I'm happy with today. Just gotta stay locked in, man. Just gotta stay locked in. I did. Was I in 3 trades at once? I think I was in 3 trades at once. This Marvel trade was all day, so I know I was in that. Amazon. Yeah. Everything was cool until JD, man. everything everything was straight until I jumped in. I just wandered right into JD, man, for no reason. I gotta do better though. Yeah. If I can stay locked in, I can trade all day. Like all these training wheels that I have to protect me from myself would need not no longer need to exist. The whole waiting the 15-minute timer and you got to stop trading at this time, like all of that for me, the reason why I was putting those things in place is because of my lack of discipline. And I need to like protect myself from myself with these rules, otherwise I go out of control, you know? But if you can just like build that discipline, you can, and you can trust yourself. It could be real cool, man. It could be real cool. But anyway, I feel like today was a step forward. And man, still got to get that zero rule break day, man. Still got to get that, man. Maybe we can get that for Friday, man. No rule breaks. Oh, that would be so amazing. I would be so proud of myself. No rule breaks. Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, be back tomorrow trying to do the same thing again, man. Just being patient and waiting for those 5 minute setups and maybe 15-minute setups. Staying away from that too. I really do like looking at it though, man. I really like looking at it. Sometimes you just need a little more information, man. But the discipline will allow me to do that, and I gotta build that up, man. I gotta build that up. Um, yeah. But anyway, appreciate you guys, man. I think you guys are watching the videos. Wow, this is 40 minutes. Oh man. Dang. Yo. If you're here, if you still watching the end of this video, man, throw me a comment. Just so I see if am I really rambling just to myself? Like, do I need to cut these off? I don't know. Let me know if anybody's still here. Anyway, man, I appreciate you guys. Hit that like button for me, subscribe, and see y'all tomorrow morning. Peace.